town. So let's continue our journey on the way to the city of Prairie du Chien, along the Highway 60 Scenic Byway and the Great River Road. It's also where the Wisconsin River meets the mighty Mississippi. One of the spots to see both rivers is the Overlook at Pikes Peak State Park. I met up with a local historian there to learn more.
Prairie du Chien is the second oldest city in Wisconsin, and it's the oldest European-American city on the upper Mississippi River. So our history goes back a long way. In 1673, Marquette and Joliet came to the river and they made a map. And it was the making of that map that really brought the Mississippi River into the European mind for the first time. And our history is all because of that. It's because of the Wisconsin River, and it flows into the Mississippi here. And it was this Wisconsin River that brought people here. So Prairie du Chien became an entrepot. An entrepot means gathering place. So this is where fur traders gathered, this is where American Indian people gathered, and this is where great rendezvous were held, where all of the resources of the region could be brought together and prepared for shipping back east.
I understand that Prairie du Chien serves as the only place where an American battle was fought in Wisconsin.
That's true. And that was during the War of 1812, and that was the Battle of Prairie du Chien that took place in the summer of 1814.
The battle was fought at the U.S. Army fort on St. Feriol Island, which is now home to the Villa Louis. This historic site showcases Victorian life during the 19th century at the estate of one of Wisconsin's most prosperous families. Since Prairie du Chien is the oldest community on the upper Mississippi River, you can find history that dates all the way back to the 1600s. We started at the Fort Crawford Museum.
The Fort Crawford Museum is located on the grounds of the second Fort Crawford, which was one of 3 military installations in what's now the state of Wisconsin.
Exhibits range from a traditional military hospital to historic artifacts from the barracks, as well as other local history. See more photos and bonus video of the area at Prairie du Chien's destination page on discoverwisconsin.com.
This is an extraordinary thing to be able to sit in a boat, peacefully paddle down the river, watch all of the wildlife.
We're back, discovering more river towns on Discover Wisconsin.
Prairie du Chien is a great river community because, number one, it's beautiful. The area is so beautiful, and I know the locals here sometimes take it for granted. The river is fantastic. It's an amazing resource. There's the historical nature of the town that has no shortage of things to do. And also, it still has that small town charm.
You'll find a wide variety of shopping, lodging, and restaurants in Prairie du Chien, as well as other area attractions to explore. Take a stroll downtown and be sure to line up for this iconic staple. Pete's Hamburgers. They've been flipping fresh burgers here for over 100 years. Looking for some family fun? Cool off poolside at one of the many hotels. Or try your hand at a game of mini golf and test your water wars aim at Prairie Funland. Woo! Bullseye! Now here's a little trick I discovered. After water wars, speed up your drying time by racing go-karts. Woo! That was awesome! Prairie du Chien might be known as a river community, but trust me, there is plenty to do off the water too. One more lap. More outstanding views abound at Wyalusing State Park. Established in 1917, this was one of the first state parks in Wisconsin.
We have primarily 3 lookouts. This is Point Lookout, probably one of the most popular ones. It overlooks the Wisconsin and Mississippi, where the Wisconsin flows into the Mississippi, and it overlooks Prairie du Chien, and it looks across to the state of Iowa.
This spectacular view can also be seen from many of the park's campsites.
We have 2 campgrounds. We have the Wisconsin Ridge Campground, which overlooks the confluence of the Wisconsin and Mississippi rivers. And we also have miles of hiking trails and biking trails. And on those trails, you'll see all sorts of wildlife.
Wyalusing has over 14 miles of trails to explore. Year-round activities and even some Native American Indian mounds. Want to discover more? Nearby Effigy Mounds National Monument features over 200 sacred mounds. When you're ready to head back out on the water, you can launch your boat, or rent one, for some fishing or exploring. There are also several Mississippi River cruises you can hop aboard. Guided tours explore the main river as well as the backwater sloughs, a sanctuary filled with wildlife.
When you take a cruise out here on the river, there's many different things you could see, and it's never the same thing twice. One of our specialties is trying to show people eagles, and we usually see eagles on almost all of our cruises. If you come in like June, we can see young eagles on nest, and very often we'll be able to actually see the eagles in the nest.
We saw several eagles, great blue heron, and even some turtles. Let's go searching for more wildlife by kayak, this time on the Wisconsin River.
What's the neatest thing you've seen on the Wisconsin River while kayaking?
Oh, the neatest thing? A storm rolling in.
Really? That's
Yeah.
not what my answer would be. I know I'm up for a challenge, but I'm hoping those skies stay blue for us.
Oh yeah, this is pretty nice water right here.
This is gorgeous.
Yeah, you got the hills on either side. You come down here in fall and it's spectacular. This needs to be preserved for future generations. This is an extraordinary thing to be able to sit in a boat, peacefully paddle down the river, watch all of the wildlife. I mean, look at the sky, the water, what we're doing. You know,
Does it get better than this?
I don't think it could possibly get better than this. That's why we do it so often.
I can see why. We've shown you just some of what the Wisconsin River communities have to offer. Head to discoverwisconsin.com for more, and then boat, float, or paddle your way down the river to dive in a little deeper and experience it all for yourself.